This video is going to show you guys how to incorporate marker as a base tone, and then it will show you how to include colored pencils on top of a base of marker. So I am going to get started, and let me see if I can adjust this. Okay. So in this one little area, what I ended up doing, I ended up adding just some yellow in the marker, and I would have added green to this. I'm going to actually make this ground relatively green. It will be sort of like a light green, but one of the things that I noticed in my pack was the green was a little bit too vibrant, and I really could not work to tone it down. It's I don't know if you can see this green, but it's the green that you see in the porcupine's hair, or whatever those things, those flowery things are, his quills, right? So anyway, I'm going to add just a little bit of color pencil. I want to keep this thing relatively light. I like the yellow, but I think that it's a little bit too much. So the thing with the marker and the color pencil is the marker just helps to just skip a step, and it helps to at least apply a base. Let me start back here. That would probably be better. Like I said, I don't want to overwork this, and I'm trying to go from light to dark as well as I can. One of the things that I think I'm going to do in the grass is, I believe I'm going to have some reflections of you know, what's going on up here, and possibly I'm more than likely going to include a little bit of the blue of the sky that's behind it in there. So I'm not going to do the whole grass, but I do want you guys to see, and then I'll post just the example of this on Schoology, just the finished product and all. So what I ended up doing in the background here, I did put colored pencil, but then what I ended up doing to fill in the spaces and just to make it look smooth in relation to this, I ended up putting some watercolor, like I showed you guys the other day. So yeah, this is like a way multi-mixed media assignment. So I'm getting a little bit darker as I go back here. Like I said, if something's there already, it's going to make this process, if you're using color, a bit quicker there. So let's see here. Towards the very back, as the sky meets this, I'm going to pull in some of the colors of my sky. That's one of the things that we had gone over, is just to make sure if you have something like the atmosphere of this would influence that, I would think at least a little bit. I'm even going to pull a little bit of the purple that was there. I know that sounds kind of odd, but there would be some type of atmospheric reflection that occurred surrounding all of this right here. So I'm going to jump just a little bit to the rainbow and show y'all a little bit of that. So what I like the brightness of the rainbow, but I want to kind of work a little bit to mute it. And I added a little bit of the lighter pink right here. What's really going to help, obviously, is the white. White's going to be a pretty big factor in just muting things down. You can see if you need to pull a highlight, or I mean dramatically lighten, that's what the white is automatically going to do that. I love all the variety here, and I don't want to just take that away. So I'm at first being really cautious with the colors that I'm adding. But it works beautifully, really, like over the stuff. You can see how the green really helps it to pop. And I'll add just a little bit of white on top of that part just to blend it out just a little bit. So I'm just adding just touches of those colors right there. Some of this stuff could remain like mainly done in the marker, but then some of the stuff, you know, I can go back and brighten some things up. Like I wanted to brighten that up, so it really didn't take that much time to do that. And I may end up like adding just a little bit of yellow right there in that little spot. You see how that just did that just really quick here. Okay, so and this guy here, what I was wanting to do, and I didn't have the color marker for it, I was wanting to pull a little bit of the reflections that you see in the laser beam into this guy, and all I had really was yellow and orange that I think would work. And I'll just pull in, let's see, yeah, that pink should work okay. I may do a little bit of a heavier pink right there. But you can kind of see, I mean, there isn't that much to it there because you've already laid down a really good foundation right there. So, in this little part, I was thinking, let's see, is that the lightest purple? Yeah, that's the lightest purple in my pack. I was thinking about just adding this just as you, in the little areas that you transition to white. I could add that, and I could just blend just a little bit of white on top of that so it won't be so jumpy as you go. So you can kind of see that, how that works right there. Let's see. So a lot of this I am just I'm brightening some highlights and things like that. So further, another thing that I want to do to this composition is I want to actually add like some little sprinkles for stars. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an old toothbrush and I'm going to dip it in some of that white watercolor, and I'm going to spray it just a little bit with just, you know, just white. I think I may end up doing like pinks and blues or something like that to the background and all. So anyway, like I said, the finished product, I'll end up putting this on Schoology. So I hope this will give you another option, just something else to think about. And that's about it.